Hello, everyone. You have a couple of assignments coming up working with evidence and references, and I just wanted to show you a couple things to maybe make managing some of these aspects of your references a little easier, and for checking the formatting on some things. So um, you've been working on your problem and purpose statements, and you have a critical appraisal of evidence and summary table coming up. And a tool that I have found easy to use, and which I don't know if you're using yet, but if you're not, then I might encourage you to go ahead and use it, is Zotero. So once you get Zotero up and running, you can make different collections here. Clicking on my right-clicking on my library, you can say new collection, and you can make basically a folder to keep things. And as I'm checking references, I'll go ahead and pop something in here to see how Zotero would format a reference. And I wanted to show you guys this option to add a reference by an identifier. So if you click on this little wand and add a reference by identifier, then you get this place where you can put some sort of a document identifier here, and you've got ISBN numbers for books, DOIs for research article, PubMed IDs. So there's quite a bit of flexibility here, and this is pretty easy. And I wanted to just show you how I've done this. And I've got a list of some references here. And you just want to put the DOI in. So I've tried this with both using the HTTPS and DOI.org format, or just selecting the numbers. And if I go and just select these numbers here and copy those, Control C is copy on my PC. Then I go back into Zotero and paste that identifier here in the little box, the pop-up box, and hit enter. You'll notice that Zotero went and pulled the reference for me, and it has all this reference information over here. And now this is something that you can easily get the reference for your list. So if I right click on it and go down to create bibliography from item, you'll notice that it gives me some styles here, and you should find American Psychological Association 7th edition in there. And that's the one you want to pick. And we're just going to copy this to a clipboard. And then, excuse me, you can, if I have a reference list here, I'm just going to go ahead and paste this in here. And now you have an APA formatted reference with one exception. And you'll notice that this article title is using title case, meaning that the main words are capitalized. And APA wants you to use sentence case, meaning that the first letter of the word, the first letter of the sentence, or in this case, the title, is capitalized, and the others are lowercase. So you have a couple choices here. You can either paste it into your paper and go fix it every time and go change these other main letters, the first letter of the main words. Medicaid is probably a title. I would probably leave that Medicaid capitalized, like it's a proper name. And but the rest of these are not. So I think proper names you would probably still keep capitalized. Okay, so I went and fixed that. Your other option would be to go into Zotero here, and in the title, go fix it in the title. And you just here on the side can go and fix the letters. If it were me, then I would probably fix it in Zotero, and then if I used it anywhere else, it's already going to be in proper APA format. Now that I've fixed that, if I right click on there again and do create bibliography item and copy to clipboard and click OK, now if I paste this into Word, you'll see this title is now in sentence case. The journal is italicized. And of course, we would need to go fix these and make them hanging paragraphs. So if we right clicked it and went to the paragraph option, we're going to, under special, turn it into hanging and click OK. So you will need to go and switch your paragraph to hanging indents. But that's a pretty easy fix. Another way for getting good references, if you're lucky enough to have a reference come up in PubMed, then there's a cite button and you can pick a format. APA is one of the formats, and you can copy that reference out of PubMed. And PubMed is a pretty good place to get your references with proper formatting. And but you will notice that again, these words in the article title are capitalized, and you'll need to fix them. And you're going to be using these enough that I would just recommend download Zotero and put it on your machine and keep the references for your paper in Zotero. You're going to have them there. You fix them once, you can use them over and over again. There is an option in Zotero to, when you do the add-in, it adds another menu to your Word, and you can add citations as you're writing, and then it will create the bibliography so you don't have to do it manually, but you're free to do it either way you want to. But I would just suggest using a tool. All right, so for my DNP students, I have given you guys the link to this writing expectations, and just read through that information. I remind you, read the short article about writing for each week. These are going to prepare you to write for next semester when we're writing our papers, and kind of the things that I'm going to be looking for. So I want you to read those to get us all on the same page when it comes to writing next semester. And you'll notice on many of these weeks, and probably most of the weeks from this point out, I'm going to give you some prompts. And so one of these prompts is checking your APA formatting for some articles. So I'm going to just show you how I use these. I'm going to go ahead and open up a new tab, and let's just do ChatGPT. Google Gemini has been looking pretty strong lately. And we also have access to Microsoft Copilot. If you're using Microsoft Copilot, I would use it from Microsoft Edge browser instead of Google Chrome. But so I'm here in ChatGPT, and you'll notice that on these prompts, there's a little, this is a copy button, looks like two sheets of paper overlapping each other. And so I'm going to copy that. You just click the button and it tells you it's copied. I'm going to paste the prompt into ChatGPT. And ChatGPT has done a pretty respectable job of checking reference list formatting and identifying issues. So I would ask you, before you submit your assignment, to check your own references for proper formatting and address the issues that are brought up. And as with most chat tools, there's some variability in how these things work, both between different chat tools And over time, sometimes it'll give me a slightly different format when it answers a question. But I guess that's no different than working with a person. And there's some variability in how things work, and this is the case. So um, this should catch most of the problems, and then hopefully between you and me, we can catch if there's anything else. The one place that did not work well for me in the past were references for web pages, but we don't cite a ton of web pages, so I wasn't too worried about having one or two things that didn't work perfectly. So paste the reference in, and you'll see that I have a little section here that says paste the reference here in quotes. So we're going to go back to my paper that has a sample reference list, and I am just going to if I have any comments here, I'm going to delete them because I don't care about getting the comments. And on your first assignment, you've probably seen, how I'm leaving comments for you. Okay, so I have some sample references here, and I'm going to go ahead and copy them and paste them into the section that I have here in quotes, and then hit enter. So you can see that this is probably okay. This first one looks pretty all right. This second one, this example had an ellipses in the title, and in APA you only do that if you have 20 or more authors. One downside of this copy and paste method is italics doesn't really come through, and so even though it may be italicized, ChatGPT is not seeing that, and it's telling you to italicize your journal title. Still, for the speed of checking a whole reference list, this is worth it. So I would ask you, when you turn in anything that has a reference list, to please run this formatting prompt on your reference list and fix any issues before you submit it, and then I can focus more on the logic and presentation of your paper and not some of these things. But I will be checking these, and it's better if we just fix all these things as we go and not have a big thing to fix at the end of the process. So I would ask you to check that. One more thing that I will show you guys on the page, you're going to start working more with evidence, and I've tried out a couple prompts here for rating the level of evidence for articles. So this is something that I have tried in Microsoft Copilot. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Copilot, and then we'll just try one really quickly. Okay, I have Copilot opened up here in Microsoft Edge, and I'm going to go get my prompt from my here, and this isn't a prompt to look at the level of evidence according to the Johns Hopkins level of evidence rating. So I'll get that prompt in 1 second. So the first step is to upload the article. So here in Copilot, you're going to hit this plus sign. So I attempted this in a free version of ChatGPT, and it wasn't letting me upload an article. I think you can in the free version of ChatGPT, but if they're busy, then you will get sidelined. So when I've tried this prompt, I've done it in Copilot because we have access to that. So upload from this, click the plus sign in the little box there, upload from this device, and I downloaded a PDF of an article, and I think I just need to navigate to where I have it, and there's my article PDF. I'm going to hit open, and then I'm going to hit enter. And you'll see that Copilot is uploading that, and it goes through and it gives me a little summary of the article, which is handy on its own. If I had some other questions I wanted to ask about this article, I could ask them now. So this is a useful way to understand it. But we're going to go ahead and use this level of evidence prompt here. You can read the full text. There's a little slider bar there, but I'm going to go ahead and copy that, and then we'll paste it here into Copilot. And let's see what it tells us on the level of evidence is. So Copilot rated this as a level 3, and then it gives some justification. It's a non-experimental study, qualitative. So that's helpful. If you I'd suggest you read the article yourself and see if you agree with that, but this is a nice way to kind of double check. And I also have another prompt on the quality rating for the article. So we're going to go copy the prompt and paste it into Copilot and hit enter. So this rated it as a B. So this is a 3B article. And then, of course, I would suggest read the article yourself and see if you agree. But I just thought I'd show you those prompts just to try and help out, make this part of evaluating your evidence and using it properly in our documents. Email me if you have any questions. Set up a time using my bookings link if you need to, and we can talk about your project and assignment. I hope this is helpful, and have a good rest of your day.